to reason. Will you open your eyes? It's a wonder what you'll find with an open mind. You may be surprised. Yeah, gotta get away from this illusion for the sake of the world. This delusion, it's gotta go. Yeah.
Hello again, and welcome to yet another life-affirming episode of The Atheist Experience. I am your host, Russell Glasser, and with me today is Jen Peoples.
How you doing?
Pretty good. Jen, I understand will be talking to us a little later about creaming your data, which sounds a lot dirtier than it actually is.
Yeah.
You'll just have to wait until I finish the announcements before you find out what she means by that. Today is Sunday, May 30th. We are a live call-in public access atheist television show based in Austin, Texas. We take calls from the local Austin area as well as all over the world from our internet audience. The Atheist Experience is sponsored by the Atheist Community of Austin, a non-profit educational organization promoting positive atheism and the separation of church and state. You can find out more by visiting our website at www.atheist-community.org. When you do, be sure to check out the Frequently Asked Questions page for answers to all your questions, as long as they're frequent. The show is live every Sunday from 4:30 to 6 p.m. Central Time on Austin Access Channel 16 normally. However, tonight, because of scheduling conflicts, which seem to be rather regular, we are on from 6 to 7:30 p.m. If you would like to watch us live outside of Austin, simply visit the official Atheist Experience website, www.atheist-experience.com. Click on Live Stream at the top of the page, and you can also participate in the chat room during the show. Also at the website, you will find audio and video from past episodes. If you click on Archive, you'll find a list of programs that includes links to both audio and video downloads, including the audio podcast. You can catch fan-selected clips of the Atheist Experience on YouTube, and you can also see full episodes of the show at blip.tv or subscribe to the podcast. In addition to this program, the ACA sponsors a bi-weekly internet audio podcast called The Nonprofits. Liar. Actually, you can visit www.nonprofitsradio.com for more information. The Nonprofits is still on indefinite hiatus. We will let you know as soon as we have one actually scheduled. Weekly meetings for the Atheist Community of Austin are hosted at Romeo's on Barton Springs Road from 11:30 to 1 every Sunday except for the first Sunday of the month, when we host our lecture series at the Austin History Center located at the corner of 9th and Guadalupe. The next lecture is going to be next week, June 6th, and it will feature Doyle Duke, who is the author of A Critical Analysis of Christianity. If you can't make it to the morning meetings, you could ordinarily join us for dinner at Threadgill's after this program. However, because we're not in our regularly scheduled time slot, we're starting late, we're not going. So, and if you're already there right now, since this would kind of be the time when you would show up, sorry.
Yeah, I think Don put that up on the website.
Yeah, but you know that some
notice.
people are going to miss it. So we apologize to those people in advance. Finally, the ACA also hosts an Atheist Happy Hour every Thursday, beginning at around 7 p.m. at the Dog and Duck Pub, located at the corner of 17th and Guadalupe. If you'd like to get in touch with us but don't feel like calling in, you can email us at tv@atheist-community.org. As always, priority for callers will be given to local callers and people who actually have points of disagreement to raise with us. If you just want to say hi and thank us for what we do, email is the best way to go. Lots of people read the messages to that email address, so you stand a pretty good chance of receiving a response. Be sure to check out the unofficial show blog at atheistexperience.blogspot.com, as well as the comprehensive counter-apologetics wiki at ironchariots.org. I don't think I have much in the way of special announcements, although I believe the ACA is participating in the Gay Pride Festival next week. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
And what time is that? Do you know?
I do not know.
Okay. Well,
offhand.
I could look it up, but that would
Yeah.
be time wasting, and you can just
Yeah.
check out atheist-community.org.
Yes.
So check that out, because we might still need people to help out and man the booths, or you know, it's a whole lot of fun every year, even if you're not gay.
Yeah.
And you know, I would be going even if I wasn't planning to help man the booths, which I am.
I thought you were about to say I'd be going even if I wasn't gay. I was like, oh, Russell.
Yes, I'm actually coming out. No.
Yeah.
Hi, Linnea. All right. So what's up with creaming your data?
Creaming your data. Well, you know how Chuck Colson claims all this great success with his prison ministry for rehabilitating
I'm
offenders?
actually very familiar with that, and
Yes,
if you hunt down the Chuck Colson tag at the Atheist
Yeah.
Experience blog, you'll see lots of stuff I've written about that.
Well, you know, we sometimes get an email now and then from someone saying, hey, can it be true that, you know, believing in God or doing this program actually works better than all these other rehabilitation programs?
Mm-hmm.
Could it possibly be the case? And the answer is no. There's actually a reason that they get the data they get. And one of those reasons is that they manipulate the numbers. In the case of Chuck Colson, he sets up all of these requirements that participants in this prison ministry have to meet in order to be considered satisfactory participants.
Chuck Colson's program basically force feeds Christianity, well, not
Right.
force feeds, but inducts people into this program
Right.
to feed them a load of Christian BS, and then claims that if they've gone through this program, then they're less likely to go back to prison.
Right.
Of course, what he doesn't tell you is that if you wind up like not getting a job once you're out of prison, then you're not considered to have gone through the program at all.
Exactly.
Which kind of skews the data.
Right.
So,
Right. Having a job after you get out of prison is probably the single best predictor that someone will not reoffend.
and that's true whether or not they did Colson's stupid,
Right.
useless program.
So by inducting all these people into this program and then not counting the group of people who don't get a job, they're basically creaming their data. They're taking a subset of the original sample and saying, ah, look how effective our program is. But in fact,
Can you explain the use of the word creaming?
yeah, creaming means that, you know, the idea is that, you know, when you get some milk or something, the cream rises to the top.
Mm-hmm.
And if you wanted to, for example, make butter, you would skim the cream off. Well, in this case, you're basically skimming the top, the people that are going to succeed anyway, off the top of this, and using that as if this were your entire sample. It's a dishonest tactic. But that's how these prison ministries can claim all the success, is that they discount all of the people who didn't succeed in their program.
Right. What's especially galling is that they take the best representatives of the sample that they want to look good, and then
Right.
they don't. I mean, it would be fine as long as they took the best representatives of the other side. Like
Right.
if they compared all the people who went through their program and got a job to all the people who didn't go through their program and got a job, that would be fair. It wouldn't
Right.
necessarily show the whole picture, but it would at least be something relevant.
Right. And in fact, if you do that, if you compare this sort of apples to apples samples, what you find is that their prison ministry programs aren't that effective at preventing people from reoffending. And there are other examples where this happens as well. One of the primary examples is abstinence-only education. The proponents of abstinence-only education will tell you abstinence is 100% effective at preventing pregnancy and sexually transmitted infections and all this stuff. Well, here's the reality. If I'm going to assess the effectiveness of, for example, a birth control method, let's say condom use, when organizations out there, legitimate organizations, compare the effectiveness of condom use with other forms, or including abstinence, what they do is they take into account the failure of the condom itself, plus the failure of the individual to use it correctly. So if they use it inconsistently, if they use it incorrectly, it slips off. So all of these failures are counted in the statistics of this particular method's failures. What the abstinence-only people do is they count only the people who remain abstinent the whole time, not the people who start off on this abstinence path and then fail to use the method correctly. So in essence, they have this sample of people who, well, of course none of them get pregnant, they're not having sex. But then you have all these other people who the abstinence message didn't quite work for them. They did not use the method correctly, but they aren't counted in the statistics against the method.
Ooh.